Liz from Night Owl Crafts Australia, here with my able assistant Tosh. And today we're going to be looking at making this little box using the dies from Stampin Up. For this project you're going to need a number of items which I'll now show you. We have here the die set, which is called the Window Box Thinlits dies. In this pack you get a large die which cuts out the back or top and bottom of the box plus its sides, a hexagonal die which cuts the fretwork in the top of the box, a selection of little dies, one of candles, one with hearts and one with little dots that cut out the side panels that we've got on the box, and some other little dies that we won't be using for this project but are in the set. We will also be needing a cutting machine, and this one is a Big Shot from Sizzix. We will need a little device to clean out the dies, to remove all the residual bits of paper, and on the other end it's got a little sharp poking out tool which is very useful, as you will see soon. You will need glue. Well, the double-sided tape is optional. I prefer the double-sided tape when we come to assemble the box, as it is quick to assemble. If you're using glue, it just means you have to hold the edges together a little bit longer. You'll need some scissors, and I've got here two types of cardstock. The copper cardstock comes from Stampin Up, and this is what I have used for the sides and the top of the box. And I've also got some plain black cardstock. To cut out the basic parts of the box, we'll be using this die. You will need to put it face down onto the card, or to put the card on top of it. I prefer the face down method, and the sharper bits go towards the card. Just fit it so that it is completely over the card, and then it's a good idea to use a little bit of tacky tape just to hold it in position and stop it moving. We now put the upper pad over the top and feed it through the machine with tab 2 down. So we're now feeding it through the machine. It's quite normal to hear some cracks and popping sounds as it goes through. And bring it back again. It will have now cut out the shape for us. Just take off that bit of tape. And you'll see that it has scored marks where we have to fold it. So where the score marks are, you just gently fold along the score mark, and using either your fingers or a bone folder, you fold along those, all of those marks. There's another one there, and just a few more. We will need to cut 2 of these, and the second one that we cut, we're going to add the hexagonal insert So we will use the rest of the black cardstock to cut another piece. Only this time we're adding this hexagonal piece on top, and again using your bit of sticky tape is good just to stop it moving when you put it through the machine. So we're putting it on through, again just don't worry if there's signs of cracks or pops. So we've cut a second piece very similar to the first piece, only with some extra bits cut out, and this is where this brush device is very useful, because you just run it over your bit of paper and it helps remove all the little bits. Use the point tool for any that are a bit resistant. And that's the end result. So you've got a nice cut out piece in the top. So in addition to the two pieces that we've cut, I also cut out, using the foil paper, a piece of the hexagonal part of the die, which was just this section here, and that piece will be used to line this section of the box. I also cut using this little side piece die with the hearts, 6 pieces of side paneling. Now this die cuts the centers out but isn't designed to cut out the whole square, so it's very useful if you're wanting to do some patterned pieces, but for our purposes we need to then just cut out the individual squares to attach to the sides of the box. These are the pieces now cut up and from each other, ready to be assembled with the box. We'll just set them aside for the time being, and once you have folded up all the crease marks on the box, which are the little side tabs, the sides of the box, and the tabs on the top and bottom of the box, we will then be attaching the double-sided tape, or if you're using glue, you'll need to glue the sections that are shown. The piece, the hexagonal piece with no cutout, is the bottom of the box. That has no bits of glue or tape on the inside of it, but on the back of it you will need to apply tape or glue to the 3 sides of the hexagonal and the 2 end tabs. The 2 tabs here that I've marked with a cross are going to be surplus, so we can cut those off as we won't be needing them for the box assembly. Then you can begin to assemble the box. So it goes together like this, and bit by bit we will remove the tapes and attach them. We can then attach this part to the box and just continue taking off each bit of tape and attaching it, and working out which bits you're going to be putting together. And in this case we've got an extra tab here that I can get rid of. And attach the final piece on this side. And down to the last side to be stuck together. And again we've got an extra tab here as well that we don't need. And the last little bit. So now we've got our box. We leave these little tabs on the top of the box because they help hold the lid down when you put it together. At this point you can decorate it however you wish. If you are going to use it, say, for a potpourri, you would leave this section open so that the perfume of the potpourri could come out. But for my purposes, I'm going to use this section of hexagonal copper paper and line the top. So we will just adhere it into position so you get the copper showing through. To do this, I'm just going to use some glue. You can use Tombow multi-liquid glue or the little two-way zig pens. And you don't need a great deal of glue put down because the last thing you want is for it to ooze out and spoil the surface of what you're gluing down. And just put tiny bits in the centre. And I will just take off a little bit of that glue because it's a bit thick. Spread it around a little bit. And then we can attach the copper piece. So once we've just placed it down, give it a little bit of time to set. And we will then proceed to attach the copper side pieces to each of the sides of the box. Again, just putting a little bit of glue remembering to get the centre heart the right way up and onto the sides of the box. Continue attaching the side panels until you have gone right around the box. That you can give as a gift, fill it with sweets or some other nice little gift, or to use as a potpourri if you don't fill in the top of it. You can use other card colours, you can use different patterns for the sides, and I think it is a very effective little gift or decorative piece. This has been Liz from Night Owl Crafts Australia. We hope you found this video useful and will give it a go. Until next time, thank you for watching Night Owl Crafts Australia.